Hi, this is David Williams from iExpert Advisor. In this video, I'm going to show you the Cowboy AI Expert Advisor. I named it Cowboy because you need to be a bit of a risk taker to even consider using the concept that this EA is built around. So I'll actually come out and tell you right now, this EA should not be used as is for live trading. The Cowboy EA is mostly for instructional purposes. So what is this risky concept we're talking about? Well, as you know, AI, or artificial intelligence, has impacted so many parts of our lives, and of course it's being used by savvy or advanced traders as we speak. The question is, how can we use AI in our trading, specifically in our expert advisors? Well, Cowboy EA is one way to answer this question. Basically, I've integrated the ChatGPT AI prompt engine with the MetaTrader EA. I kept it real simple. We ask AI a simple yes or no question about the market direction, and if the answer is yes, we open a trade. Now, remember, I said this should not be used as is for live trading. It's more realistic to use AI as perhaps a final confirmation for opening a trade, or maybe as an initial step to identify a potential setup. But as simple as this is, it could be extended and applied to some pretty complex scenarios. For example, after fully understanding how the Cowboy EA works, you could use AI to ask a number of questions to identify multiple setups, multiple confirmations, and combine that logic with standard trading criteria like technical analysis or even fundamental analysis. But we'll keep it real simple here. One question, one response. So let's take a look at the EA. Cowboy EA attaches to a chart like any other EA. There are a bunch of input parameters that could be set. I'll discuss some of them here. They're all covered completely in the user documentation. I'll leave a link below. The first input parameter I like to discuss is the AI URL. This is the value where the EA makes its request to ChatGPT. So I could have hard-coded this value and not shown it as a parameter, but I didn't for two reasons. First, these things change. ChatGPT may decide to make a small change to the path or even the version number. If they do, we could just modify this value and we'll be good to go. Second, and more importantly, we need to enter this value into our MT platform. You need to allow MetaTrader to access this website. I'll show you how. In the terminal, go to Tools, Options, then check Allow Web Requests for listed URL, and enter the value. It's best to copy and paste. I wouldn't try to type out that URL. Too prone to too many mistakes. Now that we've done that, we've given permission to our MetaTrader platform to reach out and make web requests to ChatGPT at that internet address. The next input parameter to discuss is the API key. This sounds complicated, but it's not. To use the Cowboy EA, you'll need an account with ChatGPT. They offer a free account, so there's no cost. And once you have the account, getting the API key is simple. I'll show you how, but also this is fully covered in the user docs. Sign in to your OpenAI account. Go to the OpenAI platform login page and sign in using your account credentials. Navigate to the API keys page. Open the menu and go to Settings, API Keys. Create a new API key. You'll probably need one since you don't have one yet, so create new secret key. You can give it a descriptive name so you remember what it's used for. And now copy your API key. Now, back in the MetaTrader platform, paste that key into the API key input on the EA. That's it. Now you're ready to use AI in the EA. Let me briefly cover some of the other inputs. The AI prompt. This is the question we'll send to AI, and we explicitly ask for a yes or no answer. Of course, you can modify this value to whatever question you'd like to ask, but the default value for the prompt is this. Is the UR-USD currency pair more bearish than bullish? Reply with one single word of yes or no. Do not ask questions back. It's important that you frame the question correctly. ChatGPT likes to be verbose and ask questions back to you. So that's why we state, reply with one single word only of yes or no, and do not ask any questions back. If you do modify the prompt, I suggest you leave the last two statements. This is important because the EA parses the reply from AI and looks for either yes or no. It will open a trade if it finds the response to be yes. The next input to discuss is AI call interval in minutes. This value defines, in minutes, how often a prompt is sent to the ChatGPT engine. You don't want to send the request on every tick. For certain accounts, especially the free account, a user may be locked out if too many prompts are submitted within a defined minimum period. Those are the important AI inputs to get you started. Of course, there are other standard inputs related to trade parameters as well as other AI inputs. As mentioned, they're all covered in the user doc. This is enough to get started. I'll attach the EA to the chart. For demo purposes, I think I'll change AI call interval in minutes to 1 so I don't have to wait around too long. On each tick, if the interval is expired, the prompt is sent to AI. When it comes back as yes, a trade is opened. And there we go. The CowboyAI EA opened a trade based on the response of the prompt sent to AI. So that covers the intro to the Cowboy EA. You can get a free version of the Cowboy EA on our website at iExpertAdvisor.com. The link is below in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in these kinds of videos, subscribe to my channel so you'll be updated when new videos are posted.